Are you visible where buyers now make decisions inside AI answer engines? This review of Goodie AI explains what the platform does, who it helps, how it measures your presence in ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and Claude, and the practical steps it recommends to move your brand into more AI-generated answers with credible citations. Let's start with the shift in behavior. More people are bypassing traditional search results and asking AI systems direct questions. Instead of scanning 10 blue links, they get a synthesized answer with sources when available. If your brand is not mentioned or cited, you effectively do not exist for those users. This is why generative engine optimization, or GEO, is becoming a core part of marketing. SEO remains essential, but it does not tell you how AI engines summarize your category. Goodie AI focuses specifically on that gap. What is Goodie AI? It's a GEO platform that continuously monitors how leading AI engines talk about your brand, competitors, and topics you care about. It captures answer snapshots across engines from OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and Perplexity AI, identifies where your brand appears, analyzes sentiment, and compiles the citations that the models surface when they provide them. The output is a set of metrics you can act on: share of voice in AI, share of citation, coverage by query cluster, and competitive comparisons that show who is being recommended and why. How does it help day-to-day? The platform organizes your visibility around customer intents. You define priority questions such as best products in your category, comparisons between you and key competitors, pricing and feature queries, and use case questions. Goodie AI then tracks answers across engines for those intents. When an engine cites sources, the platform records which sites were cited, how often, and how prominently. You can quickly see if third-party reviews, media, academic sources, or your own site are the ones carrying your authority in AI answers. The recommendations engine translates these findings into actions. Examples include strengthening high-authority pages with clearer entity definitions, adding or improving schema.org markup for products, organizations, authors, and reviews, publishing side-by-side comparison pages, enriching buying guides with objective criteria, and answering high-intent questions using transparent, well-cited content. It will often flag content and source gaps, such as missing appearances in influential third-party lists, inconsistent brand naming that confuses entity recognition, or thin pages that lack depth and trust signals. Metrics to watch are straightforward. Share of voice in AI tracks how often your brand is mentioned in answers for your query set. Share of citation measures how often your site is cited relative to competitors when citations are provided. Sentiment and positioning indicate whether you are framed positively, neutrally, or as a secondary option. Coverage by intent shows which stages of the journey you win, from early research to vendor selection. Over time, you want to see increases in mentions, citations from authoritative domains, and a movement from generic mentions to primary recommendations. Who benefits most? B2B software and services, e-commerce brands with comparison-heavy journeys, local and multi-location businesses seeking inclusion in AI-based shortlists, and PR and communications teams working to shape narratives. Product marketing teams use these insights to refine messaging, while content teams use them to prioritize articles, guides, and comparison pages that demonstrably influence AI answers. Implementation is practical. Start by defining your brand entities, key products, and canonical names, including common variations and competitor aliases. Connect your domains and social or profile pages that should represent your brand. Provide a seed list of priority queries, grouped by intent clusters such as best tools, alternatives, pricing, features, integrations, and industry solutions. Run a baseline report to establish your current AI share of voice and citation footprint. From there, align on quarterly targets. For example, earning citations from 3 authoritative review sites, launching 2 comprehensive buying guides, and refreshing your top 5 feature pages with clearer structure and references. How does Goodie AI gather and interpret data? It captures and normalizes answers across supported engines, tagging mentions, entities, and citations when present. Because each engine evolves, the platform focuses on consistent metrics and trends, rather than one-off results. It emphasizes ethical, transparent monitoring and provides change logs so teams can see when shifts occur and correlate them with content or PR initiatives. Importantly, results will vary by engine and region. You should evaluate progress across your whole query set rather than fixating on a single question. What about recommendations quality? The platform roots its guidance in widely accepted best practices for authoritative content, demonstrating experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Structuring pages with schema, using clear, unambiguous brand and product names to improve entity recognition, supporting claims with high-quality sources, and addressing common comparison criteria. It also encourages building relationships with credible third-party publications, industry analysts, and review platforms so that neutral sources can confidently cite your brand. How quickly can you see impact? Many teams observe early signals within a few weeks, such as improved mentions on certain intents, followed by more sustained gains over 1 to 3 quarters, as content and citations accumulate. AI answers can change fast, so the platform's alerts help you catch shifts in real time and respond with targeted updates. Let's talk strengths and limitations. Strengths include focus on AI answer engines, clear measurement of mentions and citations, competitive benchmarking, and a workflow that ties insights to content and PR actions. Limitations include variability across engines, evolving citation behavior, and the reality that you influence rather than control outputs. Success depends on persistence, credible sources, and alignment between your content, third-party coverage, and what users actually ask. Where does this fit with your stack? Pair Goodie AI with SEO tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs for keyword and backlink intelligence, with analytics platforms to track on-site impact, and with PR tools for outreach. Use it to validate whether your most strategic pages and sources are actually shaping AI answers. If they are not, prioritize the gaps the platform exposes. Pricing typically scales by coverage and volume. Expect a discovery call or demo to scope entities, competitors, and query bundles, followed by a tiered plan. If you operate across multiple regions or product lines, plan sufficient query allotments and ensure you have resources to act on the insights. The value comes from the changes you implement, not just the monitoring. Actionable next steps. Define your core query clusters, audit your top 10 authoritative pages for clarity and schema, identify 2 to 3 third-party sites where a citation would meaningfully move the needle, and create or refresh at least one comparison page that directly addresses buyer criteria. Set monthly checkpoints to evaluate movement in mentions, citations, and sentiment across engines. Bottom line, AI search is already shaping discovery and consideration. Goodie AI gives you the visibility and guidance to compete in that environment by monitoring how AI models talk about your brand and pointing you to the actions that earn mentions and citations. If appearing in AI-generated answers matters to your pipeline, a GEO platform like Goodie AI can help you focus on the work that actually changes those answers.